name's Max, and this is Max Gains. This is my first video, maybe my only video. I'm only doing this because some friends had some questions about what I'm doing with crypto, and I figured it'd be a great way to practice making a cool YouTube video, which I've always wanted to make. First of all, I'd like to start off by saying I am not a financial advisor. I am not a crypto millionaire. I'm not a crypto crazy person. Basically, I'm a noob like everybody else. So anything I say, you have to take with a grain of salt. This is just what I'm doing. And I'm sharing it because some friends are interested, and maybe other people find it useful as well to see a different strategy or a strategy that they use to accumulate crypto. My strategy is a hodling strategy, basically. I try to buy things that I think are good for later and holding it for a long time and hopefully make some money. So I'm not an active trader. I do trades every now and then, but it's not really my main objective. I usually just want to get stuff cheap and hopefully it'll appreciate. So with that, let's get started. Good. So how do you start? First, you pick what you want to accumulate. Okay. Make a list of all the cryptos that you've heard about that are interesting to you, right? Do research, do your own research, very important, about what they do to create value, okay? If a coin has a utility, it creates value, it solves a problem, it has way more chance of accruing in value and existing in the future than a coin that does not. Dogecoin, Shiba Inu. Again, I'm not saying meme coins are not cool. They are. People have gotten rich. But I'm a pragmatist at the end of the day, and if the coin doesn't do anything, there's really no reason for it to exist. So 5, 10, 20 years, who knows? Now, if the coin does something, if the coin fixes a problem, provides some sort of utility, there's a really good chance that it'll still be around, thus, and hopefully worth way more than you bought it for. So if you believe it will create value in the future, it's a good play. It goes in the short list, right? It's shortlisted into possible crypto that maybe you should be holding. The most important factor to consider for growth is market cap. How much money has been invested in the crypto? A small cap cryptocurrency or token has not a lot of money in it invested. A large cap cryptocurrency has a ton of money invested. Basically what this means is the smaller the market cap, the easier it is for it to grow, but also to lose value quickly, because it doesn't take a lot to double or triple the value, but it also doesn't take a lot to lose half its value. While a huge coin like Bitcoin takes a ton of money for it to do a 2x, but it also takes a ton of money to leave the market for it to lose half its value. So to sum it up, market cap is larger, safer, less potential profit, smaller, riskier, more potential profit. So like everything in life, it's a give and take, you know. I recommend that 80% of a portfolio be made up of top 50, you know, the big ones, the ones that have been around for a long time and have a lot of money in them, and that 20% be in smaller caps, because, you know, that way you can juice up your portfolio a bit with stuff that can go parabolic and increase in a dramatic way. You can do your research at CoinMarketCap. So if you go to coinmarketcap.com, I put the link on, there's a PowerPoint down there that you'll be able to download. You'll see them ranked by market cap. This is the price, the 24-hour change, the 7-day change. And if you go into a coin, you can get tons of info, like what it's for and stuff like that. Great. So now that you've picked what you want, or at least made a short list of what you want, I recommend doing one more step. Compare that thing to BTC or ETH or both. I usually just do it to BTC. Why do that? Basically, if you compare the price action based with a base currency being BTC, you're seeing how it performs against BTC. BTC is the safest, thus, technically speaking, it should provide the less returns out of all the cryptos. So, if the coin does not perform on average better than BTC, you are just taking more risk for less return. You're better off just having that money in BTC. So that's one of the things I do as a qualifier. Granted, this is not going to work for every coin. If the coin's too young, it won't have enough data for you to really know how it performs against BTC in the long term. Also, obviously, if the coin's super new, it's higher risk anyway, so you have to take that into consideration. But let's see that in action, okay? let's go to the thing. Let's go to my price. Let's go here. Okay, so this is ADA BTC, for example. I'm a big ADA bull, right? I hold ADA, I like ADA, so obviously I'm biased. Number one, I'm not shilling anything. If I talk about any coin, I probably own it, so keep that in mind. ADA, if you look at here, right? If you look at this, it started at the beginning of the previous bull run, so obviously it crashed like everything else. But look at it. Look at its performance since 2019, right? It's been ascending against BTC. This is ADA BTC, and look at that upward trajectory, which means on average you get a better rate of return on ADA than BTC. So yeah, you're taking more risk, but it's for a reason. It's because it makes more money. Then it makes sense. Okay, let's look at an opposite example. LTC, Litecoin. Litecoin's been around forever, tons of data. But if you look on the long term, if you hold Litecoin for the last since 2014, look at that downward trajectory. You would have been better off holding Bitcoin for less risk and made a better rate of return. So again, it doesn't mean the Litecoin doesn't do anything. Look at that. If you look at that price action, that went from there to there. That's 567%. So it's not that you can't make money with Litecoin. For trading, it's probably fine, but holding long term, you're better off with Bitcoin. Let's get back to the presentation, and that's it. So now you have a list. Decide how much you want to have of each, at least to start off. At least that's what I do. Like I said, I'm going to have 0.2 Bitcoin, 0.25 ETH, 10, 1,000 ADA, 50 Link, whatever, because then that gives you goals to build your portfolio, and always keep an eye on how much these cryptocurrencies are worth at any given time to see if anything's on sale, and you can start accumulating. And that's where that leads us to the next part of this, which is make an entry strategy. How do you buy these things? How do you get into the market? When to buy? Well, I do what's called dynamic DCA, or dollar cost averaging. I basically put money in the market every day. I mean, not every day, every week. Again, wrong. Every paycheck. And but I don't necessarily buy cryptocurrencies every paycheck. Technically I do, because even I buy something every paycheck. Sometimes I just buy USDT, which is a crypto, but it's a stable coin. So I don't always buy non-stable coin stuff every month. It depends on what the market's doing. So if market conditions are good, I buy cryptos on my list with the biggest discounts. Cryptos on my list that are furthest from their all-time high. Basically, the idea is that if a coin has made it there before, and it's a project that you're happy with, that you think has potential, that is doing well, there's a much higher probability that a coin will reach a price that it's previously which did not. So if something's on a very big discount from its previous all-time high, it seems like a good deal to me. Again, it's never guaranteed that it'll reach it again, but it's the criteria I use. If conditions are bad, I put money into USDT, earning interest, or I assign it to my crypto bot, which does sort of like automatic small amounts of day trading to build my crypto portfolio, takes profit in the currency that it's in, the crypto that it's trading. Again, if you guys are interested, I can make a video on that as well. And yeah, so I'm using very subjective terms, good, bad. How do I define the market is good or the market's bad? Well, I've made my own definitions based on what I've been reading and learning and from other YouTubers like Cohen, which I highly recommend. It's one of the few crypto YouTubers I feel gives a realistic view of what the crypto market is like. I'll put his link in the description. I use the main tool I use is the Bitcoin Rainbow chart. It's basically a regression band on the Bitcoin price. The higher on the band, the higher risk it is. The more likely it'll correct. The lower on the band, the closer to its fair value it is. Again, this is a model, and as Cohen says, all models are wrong. Some are useful, so it doesn't guarantee anything, but at least it gives us, a point to start from to make choices, to try to make an educated choice. Not just a gut feeling, I feel the market will go up or I feel the market will go down. It's better based on something than nothing, and this has proven useful to some people, and I think it will be useful to us or me. So let me explain how this works. If Bitcoin's in the yellow or above, it's hot. The market's hot, and I would put money in USDT or wait for a dip or a bot, right? If Bitcoin's in the green to blue, then it's close to its fair value, which means it's on sale, which means most likely other coins are also on sale, because as we know, most coins have their price is very related to BTC. When BTC is doing well, coins are doing well. If BTC's down in the dumps, other coins are down in the dumps. So let's look at it. So this blue band, it's the lowest band. If Bitcoin's ever here, I mean, basically it even has the name of the band is called basically a fire cell. And if Bitcoin's ever up here, it's called maximum bubble territory. It means we're very close, we're very overextended. There's a good chance we have a correction. I don't personally think we're going to be making it to that super red band because I believe in lengthening cycles and diminishing rates of return. And as you can see, it overshot the band here. It reached the top of the band here. I don't think we're going to reach that red band. I think we're going to maybe peak into the light red band. So basically, this is something I use. If once we get there, it's when I start looking to exit. But we'll get to that during the exit strategy. So this is entry. So if the coin is somewhere around here, buy. If the coin's somewhere around here, wait for Bitcoin to be down here and hold your coins. The fear and greed is another one I use. It goes from 1 to 100. High number is high greed. Means the market's super hot, super bullish. Oh my God, Bitcoin's going to the moon. If the market is in low number, high fear, extreme fear. Oh my God, everything's gonna go to zero. Bitcoin is a scam. Everything's over. Close the windows, close the doors. People are in panic mode. Again, and this is a great indicator because you should always do as Warren Buffett says, be greedy when others are fearful, be fearful when others are greedy. This is a common saying and it makes sense. Basically, when people are in euphoria, it means usually the market is overbought. It's probably a good time to be thinking about, taking some money off the table. And when people are like, oh my God, doom and gloom, it's usually prices are cheap. It's on sale. And if you look at it that way, you kind of like and love dips because you're like, Graham, Jesus. Everything is so cheap. If it just goes back to what it was, I made a ton of money. In fact, the biggest successes I've had in this bull run since January were the buys that I did after the dip on coins that I thought were severely undervalued, and they have recovered a ton from then, and it's given me a very high rate of return. So I use this fear and greed in conjunction with the rainbow. So if you have high fear and Bitcoin's in the green to blue bands, buy a lot of stuff because everything's on sale, right? If you have high greed and it's yellow to red, USDT that motherfucker because the market is very hot and there could be a correction. There are probably going to be better buying opportunities later. High fear is the best time to buy regardless of where it is on the risk band. So if you're going to buy every month regardless and you're being very aggressive, at least wait for it to be on the lower end of the fear and greed. It's usually a better time to buy. But obviously the higher on the risk band it is on the rainbow chart, the higher risk you're buying atop. Also, learn from Max Gains over here. Buy your dip in parts. I did that. I did not do that when the first dipped. I put all my money. I had money sitting there waiting. I was so smart waiting for the dip, and it dipped 20%. And I'm like, oh, all my money buying stuff, and then it dipped another 20%, and I was like, I should have waited. So yeah, learn from me. Buy in parts. DCA into the market as well during dips, maybe 50%, and then wait a bit so you can maybe. If it dips again, you have dry powder to buy more coins. So learn from me. Don't go all in right away. When to know when to take some profits. When not be like Elmo over here and ride the top and then ride it all the way down again. I don't like stop losses in general because stop losses make you realize a loss, right? But there is going to be a point when the market's going to be severely overbought and it's going to have a major correction. Most likely it has happened before and there's a high probability that it will happen again. So what am I doing to try to, at least in those situations, try to take profit off the table so I can rebuy after the correction? So I recommend setting stop losses or taking profits when BTC is in a darker orange band because it's a higher chance of correction. Also, if it's darker orange band and extreme greed, definitely start taking some profit on the table, or at least put some stop losses on everything. You can start shifting the stop losses up if the market's still hot, to try to keep as much of your profit as possible. So yeah, that's what I'm basically doing. If the market is in those dark orange bands and there's extreme greed, then either I'm taking profits or I'm stop lossing everything. Okay, so the Nupal. This is another indicator. It's an on-chain indicator. I love these indicators because they give you really a good idea of the health of the market. So the Nupal, or net unrealized profit or loss, tells you how much profit the market is in. And when the value is over 0.75, it means there's a lot of profit in the market, which is very tempting for people to take profit. So it's one of those indicators that will help us tell if the market is really hot and is really due for a correction. Sadly, this indicator is not free. You can get, but I know how to get the information at least periodically, because if you join the Burb Nest, which is a free Discord, they also have a paid calls thing, which I recommend or not. It's up to you. But basically, their free one is very good because they do a daily Bitcoin report, and they a lot of the times include the Nupal. For example, let's see it now. I think they talked about it a couple days back. Let's see, Discord. Yep, over here. So they talk about, they give you an analysis on the Nupal, for example, see the Nupal is lagging behind the price, and it's trading over 58k. So basically, what you want to know is the Nupal getting close to 0.7? That means there's a lot of profit. It's currently not. You saw when the market corrected, we were very close to 0.7. We're not there yet, which is very promising because we're at the same prices, above 60k as we were when we corrected previously, and the Nupal is significantly lower, which means the market's a lot healthier than it was in that time. There's more room for growth. There wasn't that much profit to be taken at that time. So if you join the Discord, you'll at least get a periodic Nupal update, which is again another way to try to gauge when to maybe be getting out of the market. Okay. Another one that you may have heard of is the altcoin index. Basically, it measures Bitcoin dominance. It's just good to know what the Bitcoin dominance is doing, because if Bitcoin dominance is high, it means Bitcoin will move and the other stuff will kind of just wait for Bitcoin to do its thing. And then once the Bitcoin dominance goes out, alt season starts, and that money starts flowing into ETH and the rest of the altcoins. So right now, for example, it's at 61, which is still not altcoin season, but as you can tell, we're getting close. Again, link is in the presentation. I will have links below. Closing thoughts. If you're reading this during a bull market, you have to understand that this is technically not the best time to enter the market. It's not a bad time. You can make money, but it's not the best. The best time to enter the market is during a bear market, when nobody's talking about Bitcoin, nobody's talking about anything. Because that's usually when Bitcoin's in those blue bands of the rainbow chart, and it's closer to its fair value. Remember, BTC was at $3,000. Granted, very short period of time, but $3,000 in March of last year. That is a 1,400% profit till today, compared to if you've held it until today. That's why they say a bull market will make you rich. Sorry, again, I said that wrong. That's why they say a bull market will make you money, but a bear market will make you rich. If you're accumulating during the bear market, then when the bull market comes, you're just, sitting back, relaxing, and watching the gains. I regret not doing that. I regret not DCAing during the previous bear market. I hope to not make that mistake again. It's one of my biggest recommendations to anyone that wants to get in crypto. It's very sexy now during the bull run, but the real money is going to be made, in my opinion, and in the opinion of anyone that I know that has made money in cryptocurrency, accumulating during the bear market. On the other hand, if you believe that Bitcoin will be, $500,000 or $1 million in 5 to 10 years, do you really care about buying Bitcoin at $50,000, $60,000, or even $70,000? It's still going to be great rates of return. So at the end of the day, I apologize, time in the market always beats timing the market. So that's why I say it's a good time to get in. It's always a good time to get in general. As long as you're putting money in and letting it work for you, it's a good idea. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it. If you guys liked it, like and subscribe. I don't know if I'll ever make another video, but who knows? Maybe enough people like it, I will. I hope you enjoyed it. This was my first YouTube video looking at a camera and speaking to a camera. So if the quality is jank or I did a horrible job, I apologize. But I'm Max Brenes. This is Max Gains. Hope you enjoyed your time with me. Peace.